Hi, I'm Pastor Sami, and I'm so glad you decided to join me again for another special message about this week's Gospel reading. This week, we have a reading from John's Gospel. This is the first in a 5-week series about bread. Yum! Maybe we can snack while we hear these messages this week, but the story this week is one that is probably the most familiar to you, and that's the feeding of the 5,000. Now, do you remember how this story went? There was this huge group of people. We know there are 5,000 men, so who knows how many women and children. They weren't counted, but by whoever wrote the story down. There are 5,000 men, and who knows how many other people. And they're there, and they're listening to Jesus. Everybody's kind of caught up in the moment, but the disciples are looking around. They're thinking, it's getting late. It's getting close to dinner time. These people have been here all day. We can't go buy them food. We don't have enough money, and it doesn't look like anyone here catered for 5,000. So what are we going to do? So Jesus says, go ahead, go and see if there's enough food here, and if anyone has brought any food here, and then bring it to me. So the disciples go out. They start asking, do you have any food? Did you bring anything to eat? Would you be willing to share what you have? Nobody took them up on it until they finally got to a little boy who brought his lunchbox and said, here, you can have it. They opened it up, and it had 5 loaves and 2 fish. They thought, this is ridiculous, but they came forward to Jesus, gave it to him, and said, this is what we've got. And Jesus said, thank you. This is perfect. This is enough. He blessed it and then gave it back out to the people. And somehow, when everyone had eaten enough, there were 12 baskets full of bread at the end. Amazing. It's amazing what Jesus did with just that little boy's lunchbox. It's incredible. But what I really want to focus on is what the little boy did. That he was willing to give what he had, that he trusted that it was enough, that he trusted that Jesus could use it, that he trusted that he would be okay even if he gave up what he had. I just think that's amazing faith. And I think it's an example to us. Now, can I do what Jesus did? Can I take something so small and make it so incredible? Probably not, but can I take the small thing that I have in my lunchbox and give it over to God and see what God will do with it? Well, I think maybe I can. But it's not always food. Sometimes it's the things that we can do. Like, I know that I can call a friend when I'm thinking about them and I know they're having a hard time. That's just a small thing. It doesn't feel like enough. I can't fix their problems, but somehow God takes that conversation and makes it enough. Or maybe you notice that the dishes are piling up in the sink and the other people in your house are busy or haven't noticed or haven't had the time. You can't fix all the things that they're working on and all the things they're busy with, but you can take some time and wash those dishes and put them to the side and put them away. And what a blessing that will be when somebody notices that you took the time to care. We have these gifts, we have these opportunities to do something, maybe small, and let God magnify it into something huge that shows our love for that person, even our love for God, something that shows how we can use the ways that God has gifted us and the ways that God is calling us to make a difference in the world. It doesn't have to be something big every time. It can be something small. Just what you have. You can give that to others. By doing so, you give it over to God and just see what God can do. This is your invitation, friends, to take something small, give it to God, and see what God will do. That is faith. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time.